Good morning, everyone. I'm going to record a series of video for our Research Methods course. The first one is to cover some of the Excel work we did in our last class. But before I start doing that, just a few things to help us get organized. As you know, I am putting all the files on G Drive, and I shared with you the G Drive location. Can I ask all students that you save this into a document? Have a document that contains the files or the link to the files for this module. You see that I structured them per lectures or weeks. So for example, today we are going to look at lecture 6, coding questionnaires. So if you open this, you're going to see the two files we discussed in class. The first one is the example in Excel in which we work through some of the descriptive statistics and charts and frequency arrays. The second one is an example of how to code a questionnaire in Excel. This is taking the example of a survey done for a young camper, so a young camper survey. So this probably was a camp with young people, and at the end of the camp they were asked some questions. And you can see the layout of the questionnaire. It has a sheet with instructions. It has a data entry sheet. And the data entry sheet contains two sections. The first one contains some descriptions, or they are called demographic variables. So these describe the respondents to the questionnaire. So the ID goes in the first column. So this would be an ID that refers to one respondent, or to each respondent has to have its own ID. And then there are some demographics. Now, this can be things like the age of the person, sometimes where they are from. In your case, in our example, it can be things like the class in which they are in, or the year of study, or the subject of study. And then, in the second section, you see the survey item. In your second assignment, you were asked to create a similar spreadsheet for your questionnaire. And then you can see that the spreadsheet has two other sheets. One is called the data output. If you click on it, you'll see that it has a table which summarizes the data according to some of the variables. So how many people are, age 20 and 15. So you see they're kind of organized according to demographics. And then at the end, you also have some condensed statistics. Yes, and then you also can do charts as well. So in your assignment, your second assignment, which I have loaded onto the e-learning platform, you are asked to create a questionnaire pertaining to the two types of interactions that you chose between students and the CIMIS system. So you go to assignment 1, you look at the two types of interaction that you chose. Those can be things like the student giving feedback for individual modules. That can be one type of interaction. Or the student enrolling, checking the details. That can be the second interaction. So you are tasked to create a questionnaire in which you ask students questions about those individual types of interactions, challenges that they encounter, and various other questions that you are wanting to study. So you put together a questionnaire, then you create a spreadsheet like this one in which you code the questionnaire. So you'll have instructions, data entry, which reflect the questions that you chose in your questionnaire. Now, of course, you're not going to collect data, real data, because of time, but what you should do is create some dummy data so you can test some of the statistics and some of the charts. I'm going to open now the e-learning platform so you can see where the assignment is being created. You can see this is assignment 1, and then you have assignment 2. Now I have set the submission date to be the 31st of July. Please do read assignment 2. If there are any questions, you should use the forum. So to ask questions, please don't send emails because it's difficult for me to manage. Now the other thing to say is when you click on the G Drive location, you need to use your student email. Don't send requests for access using your personal email addresses because it will cost too much work for me to keep adding individual people with different email addresses. In order to access these files, you need to be logged in Google with your university email. So let's have a look at the course. Okay, what I see here is that I have not added a forum. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a forum. So to that purpose, I've put together this research forum. So when you go to the course page, you should see the research forum. Click on it, and then if you have a question, you can ask a discussion topic. So for example, how to access the G Drive files. So here you can say, I would like to get access to the file, right? I am unable to access the files using my personal email address. Okay, what to do? So you'll be asking this question. Okay, and then I will see this, and then I will respond to the discussion. Okay, I will respond, and I say you will need to use your school email address. Okay, and I will be submitting the response. And in this way, everybody can see on the forum what are the questions that have been asked. Thank you very much.